What's going on? The last couple of years of my life has been a pretty wild ride, to say the least. And I'm going to start. Uh, Sometimes it can be hard to make sense out of like really terrible things that happen at no fault of your own. And I'm not one of those people that thinks that everything happens for a reason, but I think some things happen for a reason. I'm going to start with when I got fired for the second time from a grocery store. And I'm not going to get into the details, but I called HR before I got my medical marijuana card and was told that it would be fine. And it ended up not being fine. And I got fired because of that. And I wasn't doing any illegal drugs. It was, that was all that was in my system. It was a random drug test. But I struggled for a long time to make sense out of that because in my experience, when I'm trying to do the right things in my life, good things generally seem to happen. And I was really confused because at that particular time, especially, I was doing everything right that I could have possibly done. I was training, I was competing in jujitsu, I was going to the gym every day. The day before I got fired, I got thanked for the district manager was in the building, and my section looked really good, and my manager went out of his way to thank me for that. So it's not like things were going bad at work. But yeah, that happened, and I really struggled to figure out why. And then I started doing the Uber thing, and I almost got a job at a medical marijuana dispensary. And there was something that showed up on my background check that wasn't really on my background. It was some kind of error that kept me from getting the job. And then that was another thing that really, really confused me and made me angry and made me feel like what, again, like I'm trying to do everything right. And this stuff, like nothing is still, I just keep getting these roadblocks thrown in front of me. And it was pretty frustrating. So, kept doing the Uber thing, started working at pizza, then got this job at doing roofing sales that I almost didn't even after I went to the interview and they told me that I got the job, I almost didn't take it. Something was fishy, something felt fishy, because they responded like almost immediately to my application and went in for an interview the next day. And I still need to make another video kind of detailing why I think that particular company kind of takes advantage of people. But anyway, I think they take advantage of the people that work for them. It's commission only. But at a certain point, I realized that I was kind of being taken advantage of. But I also realized that I was learning a lot of skills and a lot of things that I could put on a resume. So I stayed with it for a little bit, and then I realized that I could use those skills in personal training, which is a kind of a career choice that I thought of for a long time, but the whole sales element of it kept me from pulling the trigger. And so I decided to start studying for that, and then now here I am. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that if I'd never gotten fired from that grocery store, I probably wouldn't have been in the position that I'm in now. And I mean, who knows? Maybe shit will hit the fan with this job. It seems to be going well so far, considering how long I've been doing it. Maybe it's not going to work out. I still don't know. It hasn't been that long, but it seems like it's probably the best career choice that I could have made out of anything that's available to me. And I'm way happier doing this than I would have been as a manager at a grocery store. Sure, I would have eventually I would have been getting paid halfway decent, but yeah, what I'm trying to say is that sometimes you just kind of have to. Okay, we're back. So what I'm trying to say basically is that God works in mysterious ways. For a pretty long time, I mean, not the entire time, but a lot of times when I would sit back and think about it, it would seem like really unfair, and it seemed like there was some like the universe was working against me. But like I said, I still don't know how this is going to end up, but it seems like maybe I was just kind of being led in a more ideal direction. Because it's really, really freaky how all this stuff worked out. I don't think I ever would have been able to do this job before all this, before all these jobs that I've had. Uber, in a couple different ways, kind of made me a little bit more comfortable with people, and made me a little more, kind of prepared me for the whole commission based sort of work, because you just, you only get what you put in. It's not, it's different than punching a clock, and that takes a little bit of getting used to. And the roofing sales thing got me used to the whole sales thing. And if I didn't have those two jobs, I don't think I ever would have been able to make it doing what I'm doing now with the personal training thing. So, yeah, I guess the whole point of this is to say sometimes it seems like the world is working against you. That can be really discouraging. For a long time, I kind of felt like a, I don't know, like a mouse stuck in a shoebox with like no claws, just kind of trying to figure out a way to climb out, so I could like get food. I don't know, I'm trying to make an analogy, but yeah, like it just felt like I got plucked out of, I don't know, something that could have gone really well, and just dropped into a dungeon with no way out. And look, it turns out that I think I was just meant for a different path. So if you're struggling, just keep your eyes open, stay motivated, and you never know what's going to be around, the next corner that you take a turn around. So keep your head up.